Coach Justin again, and today we're going to go over an upper body workout with a few challenges and a few different things just to mix it up and keep some variety. But hopefully your legs aren't too sore from last week and you're all still doing okay. Now, I have some props to give some examples and show you, but for now, the only kind of space that you're going to need is just a nice wide open floor for now. And we'll just be training on stuff like here. So, how we start by running on the spot and doing what we did last week, where we did Simon Says with high knees running on the spot, like showing those nice diagonal lines with my hips and my shoulders, jumping jacks, right? Pretty simple. And the last one is a burpee without a push-up. So I'll squat down, stick my legs up, and then see if I can't jump up the same. So, if you remember all that, it's just 3 things. Let's do a Simon Says kind of workout or a warm-up to get started. Okay, let's go. Ready? So, let's start with running on the spot. And let's change with Simon Says jumping jacks. Call it better like that. Ready? Simon Says running on the spot. And see if you can bring those nice high knees. I'm trying to bring them as high as my hip each and every time. Ready? Simon Says jumping jacks. Simon Says burpees. Simon Says jumping jacks. Simon Says burpees. Simon Says running on the spot. So we're just going to do this for a little longer. See if you can get warmed up. Even a little bit of a sweat is good for the start of our workout. Okay, ready? So, come down to the floor with me. I'm just going to be on my knees here, and let's start stretching our arms, right? Let's start with shoulders. Do a nice big shoulder roll. And if you remember, I try to pull them up to my ears, and I really try to pull them far back, like I'm trying to stretch the front of my chest. I'll even try to kind of pull them down, and I might feel a stretch along my neck. And last, probably the easiest one, is just to hunch them forwards. So see if you can draw those nice big circles one way, and then see if you can go the other way too. Up, forwards, down, and back. Okay, let's try something a little different. We usually don't warm up our elbows, but see if you can kind of move your elbow in a twist and a bend at the same time. So, I'm going to hold my arm out like this, with one arm bent and the other arm touching. And I'm going to put it through this hole that I made and stick it out the other side. So I'm going to bend and twist, bend and twist. See if you can do it on the other side too. I have a nice tall arm, and then grabbing my own elbow, putting it through the hole, and bending and twisting it out. And same thing. Just try it. Okay. Here's another really weird one. See if you can grasp your hands together and try to draw circles around with your elbows. But I'm still trying to keep my fist over here and my shoulders back here. So I'm not trying to actually pull these two too close. And seeing if I can draw just little circles. Here. Let's return to something more normal. Nice easy wrist stretches. See if you can drop that pizza, put them down on the ground, and let's hold that stretch for about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's flip them over. Same thing, but other side, right? And keep those elbows straight as you do it to get that good stretch. Okay. Last but not least, see if you can put your palms together, the heels of your palms. Put that on the ground, and let's try to make circles with straight elbows. Let's just do 5 one way, and then 5 the other way. And I have a few other things we can try. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, I want us to try to warm up with more of a drill. Now, I hope you all remember how to quad, right? Of 2 hands and 2 feet. 2 hands and 2 feet. going back and forth. So see if you can reach across the floor and hold yourself up by pushing through your shoulders and using your arms to support your body. Okay. See if you can add this in next. So it's like I'm in a big low squat with my knees facing out diagonally. I'm going to stick one leg out and I'm going to try to slide and stay as low as I can. It's almost going to be feeling like there's an edge and maybe a stretch down at the bottom of my hips. So I'm moving from one completely bent leg and one straight leg, and then one completely bent other leg, and then reverse. So see if you can add that into your quads and make a really low, really reaching one, where you might have to both hold your weight up and really stretch your legs, right? So if I reach low, can I reach out with my feet as well? And that's my weird challenge. Here, let's take a bit of a breather, shake it out, and we're gonna go over one of the big core drills that we'll do to train our upper body, like our arms and our shoulders, and how our shoulders actually attach to our back and to our chest. So it's not that I just don't want strong arms, but I want to be able to hold myself up as I make big vaults, or if you ever go climbing, or anything like that. That's really where a lot of the strength of your upper body is going to come from. So, okay. Whew. Excuse me. Okay. So, today we're going to go over 3 types of push-ups. It's an easy, medium, and hard. The easiest push-up that I find is called the arrowhead push-up. And the reason it looks like that is it's like I'm making an arrow that's pointing upwards with my upper arms and my chest. So I'm going to push down by sort of making this arrow, and I'm going to use the muscles that are in my back here that attach to my arm to also use their strength and give a big push. So, see, when you're making the push-up, you can keep a pretty straight body without letting your hips sag or without having to keep your butt too high. I'm more or less straight as a board. And then when I'm actually doing the push-up, I'm going to have my hands a little wider than my shoulders, and I'm going to let my elbows go down diagonally, and I'm going to try to lower my chest until my arm is straight like this. So see if you can go nice and low and straight, and then come back up. Okay, so let's try to do 2 sets of that, but I'm going to give you an upgrade if you want something harder. So, if you want something harder than the regular arrowhead push-up, we're going to make it diamonds with our hands on the ground here. So, with my hands close together as a diamond, I'm going to have to stick out my elbows like little wings, and I'm going to do these diamond push-ups. And it's the same thing with my back, like I showed you on the block. I'm just going to try to go down and up as low as I can. So that's your medium. Okay. The last one is this offset push-up. So one of your hands might be like the arrowhead, maybe it's somewhere up here or down there, but the other one's going to be high away from the other one. So see if you can have your hands really out of place and then still do the push-up with one kind of offset from the other. Okay? So, there's 3. Easy is the arrowhead, medium is the diamond, and the third one is the offset. So, let's show it. Arrowhead, diamond, and offset. Okay. So, get ready, find a space on the floor. Let's try to do 8, and then we'll take a break and try to do 8 more. Let's see it. I am just going to show the standard push-up, and you try to follow along with me. See if you can count to 8 with me with your push-ups. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last 2. You can do it, you can do it. So, think of almost like twisting your hands and really pushing through the straight part of your forearm here. Ready? This is the last one. Ready? And push, 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 push. All the way to the top. And there we go. Take a break. So, usually when I'm doing really intense exercises, I'll wait from maybe 30 seconds to up to a minute and a half to just take a breather. So even if I'm training strength, I might take a long time to train, but it's a lot of time with rest too. And rest is the other half to train. Okay, so that's been a little bit of time. Let's see if we can take it to the next level and do that second set. And this time I'm going to show you the diamond push-ups. So, when you're ready, find some space. Okay, actually here's a different way to change it up. If you find these really tough, you can go from your knees instead of your feet. So I'm straight as a board. I'm trying to be as straight as a board, but now I'm a shorter one. And it might be a little easier to knock out that way, right? So I'm straight from my knees up to here. But still try to do the 8 like I do. And ready? See if you can count along with me. 1, 2, 3, almost there. 4, okay, halfway. 4 more. Ready? 5, 6, 7, and last one. Ready? Push, push, push. 8. Ooh. Okay. So, take a breather if you want. And I'm going to show you the next little bit with these parallettes here. So, grab your water bottle, take a sip if you need it. And we're going to do a different kind of pushing drill with our arms called dips. Now, you might not have it a lot to work out with, but there's always things that I can build on my own. If you remember from last week, I just had a heavy weight that's a jug full of water, and I could pick up the jug because it's heavy. This stuff is really just plumbing pipe. Maybe you see it in your walls or in your laundry room, but if I use a nice thick 2-inch of it, right, something that won't bend, and then if I use short little bits like this is only about 2 feet long, it can be pretty sturdy. It can hold me up pretty well too. So, if you want something to kind of play around on as like little bars, maybe bigger bars for some of you, you can always make simple things at home like this. Now, to also do this exercise, I don't need something so special like this, but I could use a block or even a stair like this to do my my exercises. So, when I'm doing a tricep dip, my tricep is this big muscle on my upper arm. And I'm going to use it to drive my palm down. So it's like a push-up still, but now it's more behind me with my shoulder in a different position. So, see if you can do it where you find a nice high space over here, and you can lower yourself down and then try to push up using your shoulders and your triceps. So here, let's try one more. I'm lowering myself down with my hands behind me, and then I push up. And I can do the same on something like this. And last but not least, try to do a few on the floor. This one might actually mean keeping my hips pretty high, but I'm going to try to bend my arms, try to do a little one. And even that's pretty tough. So, we're going to do something pretty simple to count these out and make it a little more interesting. It's called a pyramid. So, the way we're going to do this is we're going to start with 1 dip. We're going to wait a bit. Then we're going to do 2 dips and wait a bit. Then we'll do 3 dips and wait a bit. And then we'll go back down that pyramid. So the next one is just 2, and the last one is just 1. So we're going to go up a pyramid, doing many more of the workout, and then down the pyramid, doing less of each type. So here, let's try it this way. Easy peasy, just do 1. So bending your elbows and pushing them up straight. That's it. We're just going to wait a bit. That's the first step to our pyramid. Here, maybe if we have another one at home, we can try something like this. Maybe there is a block nearby for you. But let's try the second step. Second step is 2. So try to do 2 repetitions of this. Or tricep dip. Yeah. And there, that's we go. That's the next step. So we can wait a bit, and then we'll go up to 3. Let's try a bit on the parallettes over here. So this will be the peak of our pyramid, and then we'll be coming back down with 2 reps and then 1 rep. Here, try to do the 3 along with me. Ready? 1, 2, and last one, 3. Okay, cool. Let's mix it up. Try a few more now with just on the floor. It's 2, but still see if you can do the best form you can. See if you can try high hips, bend down, or bring them down low, bend your elbows, and then push up straight. 1, see if you can do it one more time. 2, and it might not be so easy if you're tired, but that's okay. We only have 1 left, so let's just wait 1 more on this one, and then we'll give it a go. See if you can lift up those hips high, bend those elbows. Last one. Ready? Last one. Okay, cool. And you can shake out your arms for a bit. I got one more thing to try. It's kind of like the hardest version of our push-up, that offset. Maybe you've heard it before. It's called a Spider-Man climb. So we're gonna pretend to be Spider-Man climbing up on a wall, except we'll be climbing horizontally on the floor. So, see if you can try this next. Now you have one hand close, and maybe as low down as where my waist is, the other one really far. So it's like I'm Spider-Man crawling across the floor. See if you can stay really low, like you're almost trying to do the limbo. But if I can hold myself, and my arms can be strong like this, then it doesn't just mean that I'm strong in like my forearms, but I'm strong where my shoulders are, which is really where I'm gonna start vaulting or trying to climb walls or things like that. Whew. Hard to breathe. It might be tough for you too. We're doing a fair amount of work here, so don't feel bad if it is hard to talk. Usually joggers, if they want to do a really good work rate, they'll run until it's too hard to talk, because it means that your muscles are doing work and they need that air from your lungs. It's hard to both breathe heavily and get that air that you need, right? And talk to you at the same time. So, let's take one more breather. And then I believe I have 1 more or 2 more exercises as our finisher. So this one's a throwback. I don't do this with everyone, but let's try to flex the muscles inside our hands. So I'm gonna do a push-up like this, and it's gonna be on my knees. Maybe it's a little better to show you sideways. It's like that knee push-up again, but now instead of bending my elbows to try to do the push-up, I'm actually gonna try to lift the palms of my hands off the ground. So see if you can stretch your palms so that just your fingers are touching the ground, but I'm gonna flex the muscles in my wrists to try to lift off. I found doing stuff like this really actually helped me do handstands, but I find it's good to have strong wrists and hands in general. It's not like you're not gonna use them. Okay. So, see if you can do 2 more with me, and let's try it another way. That was a bonus one. Okay, so this time it's just like I'm dropping the pizza. My hands are far away from me. I'm gonna have my knees pretty close, but it's just my knees touching the ground, and it's the same kind of push-up. But now my wrists are twisted. So, can you lift your palms off the ground and try to keep this straight, while also keeping your fingers facing back towards you by spinning your arms out? See if you can do 9 more along with me. Ready? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And shake them up. Because that one might be pretty intense. It's sometimes a stretch and kind of a push. You're using your muscles as well. Okay. Now we've reached kind of the end of our workout. The opposite of a warm-up is a cool down. We're going to do these nice long stretches to kind of help us recover faster, so our muscles just are in nicer condition at the end of our workout. So see if you can do all the little classics, right? Where I'm kind of throwing my arms and doing a huggy. Make sure you don't hit anything. Please have space. See if you can draw one hand that's straight across your chest, and I'm going to hold it tight and try to pull it so I have a stretch here. It's more on my back and shoulder. Same thing, now other side. And I'm really trying to stretch up here where my shoulder's attached to my arm. Try a few more, but where my hand was straight across, maybe it's a little lower down this time. Maybe you feel a different part of that muscle in your shoulder get stretched. So, let's try same thing, opposite arm. And give them another swing. See if you can pat yourself out on the back, as Coach Cullen would say. But I'm trying to drive this elbow down to stretch my tricep here, which actually connects near my armpit and my shoulder. So see if you can hold that. And like with all stretches, we should wait a bit. Ideally, I should be holding these up to 30 seconds, but that's okay. I don't think you want to watch me stretch that long anyway. But if you're just trying to calm down, or if you had a long day and you feel pretty sore, stretching out might make you feel better. And if you really want to gain flexibility, you should stretch it for at least 30 seconds. Okay, here we get sneaky onto the other side. See if you can do one more. We're going to stretch out the chest here by keeping your arms straight. And now I'm going to back roll and keep my shoulder connected. So I'm trying to stretch this part, the front of me. So I'm here, straight on the ground, and I stretch my left arm, and I'm going to back roll over here, just to try to open this up. And then ready? Let's try the other side. So, same thing, right arm now. I'm going to back roll the other way, and keep that shoulder connected. So I'm trying to stretch my chest out in front of me. So, in case you missed it, I'm flat. I'm going to stretch my right arm and back roll. Give it a nice stretch. Okay? And yeah, that's it. We're going to keep it short and sweet tonight, or for this week. And we'll have another one that's a little more in the middle, I guess, compared to the other ones. Now, if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, or just something that you really like, put it in the comments section below. Then yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.